record in this computer. Okay, so welcome to this session on corporate action. My name is Dr. Ayappa. So here we are going to discuss about the various types of voluntary and mandatory corporate application actions which are applicable on a stock. So understand one thing, like when you buy a stock, you pay a price. Let's say I buy I pay rupees 2,200 and buy one share of Reliance. Now, after 1 month, if the company is giving me, let's say, basically this 2,200 rupees, the share price, what you are paying for a company, that includes the company's bank balance, its investments in various assets or other subsidiaries. So this is the total value of the share. That's how basically the market determines the price. Now, if the same company tomorrow takes 20 rupees from its bank, okay, it takes 20 rupees from its bank and pays me a dividend. Okay, this 20 comes to the shareholders account, to the shareholders bank account. Like I, as a shareholder, I had paid 2,200 for one share. In that, company has taken back the 20 and given it to me. So the new share value, this 20 rupees will come to the shareholders bank account. Now, my question to you is, should the share price still be in the market 2,200? Will the market pay 2,200 as a share price?
No, it will fluctuate, I think.
This, what was the date here? The date is today's date. I'll put it as, let's say, 12th October. On 12th October, I buy a share. And then the company decides to take 20 rupees from its bank account and pay me on, let's say, on 15th December. Now 15th December, okay, so this is not the actual day they decide to, they make the payment, but on 15th December, they make a statement saying that all the shareholders whose names are registered in our share register, the company will maintain something called as a share register, which will have the details of all the shareholders. So the details of based on these details, the company decides that on 15th December, whoever's the names that appear in the share registry, we will we will give them 20 rupees as a dividend. If the company gives you the money to the shareholder, we usually call it as a dividend. So you are getting a 20 rupees dividend. But my question here is that the one who is maintaining the records for the shareholders, the one who's maintaining the records for a custodian, the one who's maintaining the record for a portfolio managers. So do you think he will still value the company at 2,200, or should he treat it as 1,800? This is a question to you. Sorry, 1,100, 2,180. So till 14th December, in the books of the company, the books of the fund managers, everyone will be showing the value, buying value, the purchase price as 2,200. But on 15th December, what they will do, they will change the share value to 2,180 because the 20 rupees is coming to their bank account. Any doubt here? So this is basically called as, like, this is what happens when the company issues a dividend. What we call it as a corporate action. Like this, there are many other corporate actions which needs to be applied by the back office. Right issue, bonus issue, spin-off, stock split, reverse stock split, merger, buyback, delisting. Vedanta is currently going through the delisting process. And then whenever there is a voting for the shareholders, opportunity given to the shareholders to cast their vote. So that also will be treated as a corporate action. So once you buy a share, the adjustment that takes place with the company in terms of the dividends what they pay or the amount what they collect from you in terms of a right issue is called as corporate action. Now, when it comes to corporate action, there are many these are the key important dates which you have to keep in mind. Like Reliance will call for a AGM, that is annual general, that is the shareholders meeting. What do you call annual general meeting of the shareholders, AGM. So during the AGM, they will say our company made a fantastic profit, so we are declaring a dividend of 20 rupees per share. They don't say 20 rupees per share. They usually mention it in percentage of the face value. So whenever the company declares a dividend, it will be in percentage of the face value. Like the company will say, Reliance will tell, we are going to pay 80, let's say 8% dividend. Oh, sorry, not 8%, 80% dividend. Okay, so should you be happy that you're getting 80% dividend? This is again dividend. 80% dividend the company will declare. The market price of the share is how much? 2,200 or 2020, 2000, yeah, we'll take it as 2,200. Now, should you be happy that you're getting 80% dividend? Not exactly, because you have to go and look at the face value of the share. So every time whenever a dividend is declared, we look at the face value. I think Reliance ka face value is 10 rupees. Reliance Industries face value. See here, this is the age dividend. See, you can see the dividends here. They declared around 65% dividend this year. I told 80, they declared 60% dividend. So now my question is, what is the face value of this company so that I can know what exactly the dividend that will be credited to my account? So here you can see the face value of the company is 10 rupees. In fact, the company considers that the shareholders have paid 10 rupees for the one share. So on that particular 10 rupees, they're going to give 65% dividend. That means in your books, you will be entitled to get 6 rupees 50 paisa. So this is the amount which we will be deducting after the record date. Like for example, if the record date of the company is 15th December, so from actually what happens is, if you buy a share on 13th December 2020, 13th December 2020, if you buy, the share will come to your account on 15th December under T+2 settlement. So if someone buys the share on 13th December, his name will appear in the company's books on 15th December. As a result, he is entitled to get the 20 rupees. But if someone decides to buy the share on 14th December, then he is not entitled to get the dividend, because the share will come to his account. Like here, if you buy on 13th, you get it on 15th. But if you buy on 14th, the shares will come to your account on 16th. So your name would not appear there. So because of this reason, anyone buying share on 14th December is not entitled to get the dividend. So here, when they call for a meeting, let's say they had called for a meeting on 13th of September 2020, we call it as the declaration date. And if they declare dividend on that day, so this becomes my declaration date. Now, what would be my record date? my record date would be date. Now my record date would be 15th December. So this would be my record date. Okay, we are looking into some of the important concepts which they may ask you in interview. So this will be called as a record date. Sometimes to confuse, they'll ask you, can record date and declaration date be same? You say theoretically yes, practically impossible, because the company has to do a lot of preparation before they go ahead with the what do you call taking out the reports and other things. So declaration date and record date, there will be a lot of number of days. There will be usually there will be around the 30 days or 15 days, or sometimes it can be 2 months also, or 3 months. It depends on the company and how what kind of a management system they follow there. Okay. Now this 13th December we call it as come date. Okay, remember, we call it as come date. That means if you buy the share on 13th, still you're eligible to get the dividend. So we call it as a come date. Then what should we call this 14th as then? Ganapati, what do you call your girlfriend who has left you and gone? Ganapati, are you there still?
Yes, yes, sir.
What do you call her? Like, if she's with you, she is your current girlfriend. But in case if she has left you, for example,
Ex-girlfriend.
yeah, so we call it as X date. This is the easiest way to date. Okay, we call it as X date. So you have come date, X date, and record date. You understood? Usually, come date is the day on which you can do the last transaction in the market, and still you will be eligible for any of the corporate benefits, corporate this thing actions which will be applicable. You will be able to get the benefits of it, like dividend and other thing. X date is the date that if you buy the share, you won't get any benefits of it. So what usually this investment banks and all do is that till 13th they will be showing the share price as 2200 in their book. 14th onwards they will start showing the share price as 2180, because they want to always compare. The investment banks want to compare at what rate they acquired the share and what is the current market price to calculate something called NAV, net asset value. So because of this reason, from 14th onwards in their book, they reduce the share value by the dividend which is applicable. In this case, it is 6 rupees 50 paisa. So the shares will be quoted in their books as 2193 rupees 50 paisa. The balance 6 rupees 50 paisa will be credited to their bank account. The day it gets credited to the bank account, we call it as distribution date. So these are the three important date: declaration date, come date, record date, X date. Actually, X date will come first, and after that you will have record date, and then finally you will have distribution distribution date. Okay. Any
How do we come to the declaration of the record date and
okay.
scum date? Like this date, if you buy, you are entitled or not entitled? Is company decides that, or
No, the company would just make a statement here saying that the record date will be 15th December.
okay, okay.
Okay, so then you have to hold the shares till 15th December to enjoy the dividend. Okay, now if you go to the, actually when you go to the your trading terminal and on 14th when you try to buy, it will show that today is the X date. X date means you won't be getting any benefit if you buy also. So because of that, on the X date, the share price will automatically get adjusted in the market. Like the buyer who was quoting to seller who was quoting 2200 will start quoting 2193 or 94 at on 14th December, because he knows that 6 rupees he is going to get as a dividend. So that's the reason that you will know in advance when the record date is going to happen. Like there are some website which gives you the complete detail. In fact, I put it in my presentation here. You can go to this Capital Mind, and then what do you call Capital Mind, and there are many websites which keep giving you update on the corporate actions. or Bloomberg, Thomson Reuters, they all, like when you type the script code, their ticker, the what do you call Bloomberg or ISIN or those security identification numbers, if you type over there, then it will automatically tell you if any corporate action is applicable. Okay, so dividend, all of you understood. So usually dividends are given in form of the cash, and it's always mentioned in percentage in the face value. Okay, so this is a record of a company like this thing. See, announced this is, I think, Infy, I believe, because they're very good in paying dividends. See, 10th October, 16th October 2018, and they did the announcement, and it went ex-dividend 25th October. That means basically 26th October, if it was working, that was considered to be the record date. So like this, the company will make the announcement and then mention the ex-dividend date. And again, there are two types of dividend: interim and final, and special. Usually special dividend is given when company makes extraordinary profit or something like that. Interim dividends are which are declared within the year, like between one AGM to another AGM. If they declare interim dividend during the board meeting, it is called interim dividend. And final dividends are usually declared during the AGMs. Okay, so right issue. Now comes the concept of right issue. So right issue, what happens? You have a existing shareholder. Okay, let's say Ayappa is having the shares of South India Bank. I have the shares of South India Bank. Now this I would have bought it somewhere, let's say around 26 rupees. Now the company wants money. So what they do, they will send me a letter telling that for every 30 shares in your account, we will give you 10 shares, or for every what do you call that, for every 3 shares held in your account, we will give you 1 share. So like this, they will give you a ratio. So this, okay, so they'll give in right issue, the right issue can be like in the ratio of 1:3, or it can be like a ratio of 1:2 or 1:1. It depends on company how much shares they want to issue. So right issue 1:1. 1:1 means for every 1 share in my account, I'll be getting another share. So like this, the company would basically do a declaration. For this also, you'll have a record date, you'll have a X date and a come date. So here South India Bank, which I purchased at 26 rupees per share, they will do a right issue, let's say at a ratio of 1:3. That means for every 3 shares held in my account, I'm eligible to apply for 1 share. Assuming I had 400 shares. So how many shares can I apply, friends? Let's say I had 400 shares in my Demat account. So in this scenario, how many shares can I apply? The ratio is 1:3. For every 3 shares in my account, you read like this: for every 3 shares held in your account, you get 1 share in your Demat account. But for right issue, you have to make the payment. So usually if the market rate is 26, they will offer me at 21 rupees. Because see, the company wants money. They can go to a new set of investors and issue something called follow-on public offer. We call it as FPO. First time when they issue here, it is called IPO, initial public offer. But here they want the money to expand the business. So for that reason, they're issuing additional shares. So they have given me an offer. Remember, it's my choice. So this will be like a voluntary corporate action where the shareholder can decide whether he wants to take the shares or not. Dividend is a mandatory corporate action. They will credit to my bank account. They will not even ask me whether I want to take the dividend or not. It is compulsory in nature. I have to take the dividend. Here it is my choice. So they're offering me that pay 21 rupees per share. For every 3 shares in your account, you're entitled to get 1 share. So I have 400 shares in my account. how many shares can I apply? How many shares can I apply? You have 400 shares in your account. The ratio is 1:3. Arshita,
Yes, sir.
I have 400 shares. How many shares can I apply here?
133.
I have 400 shares. How many extra shares can I apply? Matlab, for additional shares can I apply?
Hmm.
400. Ratio 1:3. So here I am entitled to apply for 133 shares. 133 shares I can apply. How do I apply? 133 into 21. I need to write a additional check and the shares will get credited to my demat account post the record date. Post the record date, it would get credited. Okay. Now let's go to the further discussion. So this was in terms of the corporate, in terms of right issue. So in the right issue, like here you can see, I had 406 shares in my demat account. So I was entitled to get 134 shares. So the share price at which I had acquired was around 23 rupees, but the company is asking me to pay just 14 rupees per share. So usually the share price will be less than the market date, market rate. So you can see here the issue opening date 28th February, issue closing date 14th March. So they give you the 2 dates within which you have to go and apply it, and the shares should get automatically credited to your demat account. So I just have to fill this form and put a signature and submit it. Now so it's completely online. So I get an online link in my email account. I go, I select the number of shares I want to apply. If I want, I can just apply for 30 shares also, and I need to make the payment. I do a payment through my bank account. So earlier this form was given, and this is called as a right issue.
But
Okay.
what is actually the impact on the right issues? I'm getting less number of shares, and they will pay me the remaining minus amount, company, right?
No, right issue company, you are paying the money to the company. In
They,
the right.
I will get less shares, right?
See, for example, South India Bank has already issued, let's say, 10 crore shares. They have issued 10 crore shares.
Mhm.
Okay, and they have taken money of something like 10 into 21, 210 crores already they have taken. Now they want additional, what do you call, 70 crores. They want additional 70 crores capital. Now this was only to set up a branch in Kerala. Now they want to expand it for rest of India. So they need another 70 crores. So what the company is doing, company is creating additional shares and issuing it to me and taking money from my account. That's how the company gets the money. Like I make the payment and the company gets the, sorry, I make the payment and the company will issue the shares in return.
Okay, we had 400 shares, but we got 133 shares, right?
That is additional shares.
Okay.
So in my demat account now it will be 403 shares plus 106 or 100 and how much was the number there which we saw?
33, 133.
Yeah, okay. If you're going by that, the same example, 133. So I'll have 400 shares I had, and now I will get extra 133 shares. So total I will have 533 shares in my account, provided I have made payment for this additional 133 shares. So right issue is a from the investment banking point of view, there will be an analyst who will be tracking all the corporate action for the shares which the client is holding in the demat account or with the custodian. And usually the custodians do this work, and then what they will do, as soon as they get a right issue intimation saying that you are entitled to apply for additional shares, they will ask the client whether they would like to apply for it. If yes, they will collect the money in the bank, and then they will they will apply, they will give their intention that they want to buy the shares. In fact, in Western markets and all, if you don't want to apply for the right issue, you can sell it to someone else who would be interested to buy from you. Like for example, what was the market rate at which I bought South India Bank? I bought it at 21 rupees. And now the company is offering me extra shares at what rate? 14 rupees. So in this given scenario, what I will do, there is a difference of almost around 21 minus 4. I'm getting at a discount of 7 rupees. So what I would be doing is that I will be try to sell it to someone at a 2 rupees. I'll tell you take my application and you go and apply on my behalf. I mention your demat account. The shares will be credited to your account. You pay company 14 rupees. Now that guy will think, okay, I'm paying 2 rupees to Ayappa. I'm paying 14 rupees to the company. So still I'm getting shares at 16 rupees, which is better than buying at 21 rupees in the market. So there are some people who do this kind of arbitrage trade also. So the right issues, if the client doesn't want to apply, the same right issues can be sold to someone who will buy it at a very minimum amount and a fraction of amount, and then that is also becomes an income there. So you understood what is the right issue, sir? Like for example, you started a business, and let's say I want to expand. We both have to expand this business. So what are the two choices that we have? We can go and issue the shares to public and take money from them, or we can offer the shares ourselves. The company will offer the shares to the existing shareholders, but at a discounted price. This is called as a right issue. Clear? Okay. Now let us go to another type of issue, that is called bonus issue. Now, what are the different types of share capital a company will be having? What are the different types of share capital? Like if you go to the share capital column, what are the different types of shares? There will be, the shares are classified into three groups under the share capital. One is your authorized share capital.
Unauthorized.
Authorized, or not unauthorized, authorized share capital. Then issued share capital. What's the difference between these two? Authorized and issued?
Authorized is.
Yeah, under authorized, the company can issue, let's say company can issue 10 crore shares. Now this company has issued only
5
crore shares. This company has issued only 2 crore shares.
This issued capital.
Yeah, so and 2 crore shares they had issued at a face value of, let's say, 10 rupees. Face value at which they had issued was 10 rupees. Face value which they issued was 10. Now the company has made a profit. If the company makes a profit, to which account does it get credited? Where does the profit, after all expenses, whatever the profit which the company makes, will go to which account? It goes to reserves and surplus.
Yes. Right.
Surplus. Reserves and surplus. We basically call it as a reserves. So the company is currently sitting with around, let's say, 60 crore profits, extra profits. So if they give this profit to the shareholder, what do we call it as? So the company had raised around 20 crore capital, okay, by issuing 2 crore shares. The company had raised 20 crore capital. I'll write it here itself. It will become easy for you. So the company is sitting with 60 crore profits, and they have got a reserves of share capital which they collected was 20 crore. So the company's current net worth is how much? The company's current net worth will be 80 crore. This we call net worth. If anyone asks you a question, what is a net worth? It is nothing but the subscribed share capital plus reserve is called as net worth. So this company's net worth is 80 crores. So this particular company, okay, now this particular company can take the 60 crores and give it to the shareholders. That time we call it as dividend. But the money will go away from the company's book. The money will go to the shareholders' pocket. The company will not have money. So what the company does is that it will tell, instead of giving you the money, I will give you money's worth. They can give the cash to the shareholders, that will become dividend, cash. Okay, if they give cash, it will be dividend. But if they give money's worth, what can be the money's worth? That will be called as bonus shares. So the company will tell, look, I will give you the extra shares. You don't pay me anything. In right issue, the shareholders have to pay money to the company. But in bonus issue, the company will tell that I will take the reserve 60 crores which is lying in the account and I will put it into share capital. And in return, I will give extra shares to you, which you can sell it in market whenever you want. So basically, company is giving you money's worth equivalent to money. That is, we call it as bonus issue. Okay, so what the company will do? Company, let's say, will take. Company will keep a reserve, like will keep a reserve of. So this is a scenario here we have. I'll make a bit modification to it. Now company will change the reserves from 60 crore to 20 crore. From 60 crore, it will make it into 20 crore. And meanwhile, this balance 40 crore which they have got, that they will put it into the share capital account, that they will consider face value as 10 rupees. And then in return, they will issue 4 crore shares. That means company which had initially issued 2 crore shares, collected 10 rupees, collected 20 crore. Now company wants to take the excess money which is lying in the reserve account, put it into the share capital account, create extra 4 crore shares, and this 4 crore shares belongs to whom? To the company or to the shareholders? Because the profit was belonging to the shareholders, which they could have got it as a dividend. Now this money belongs to whom?
Company.
Yeah,
20 crores. 20 crores.
20 crores. See there, what was the total profit which the company had? 60 crores.
60.
This
Yes.
belongs to company or shareholders? Harshita, understand. Shareholders are the owners of the company.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, shareholders are owners of the company. But they consider shareholders as a separate entity, company as a separate entity. Okay, so in the company's book, currently 60 crores is lying. This belongs to the shareholders, which the company could have given them as a dividend. But tomorrow, if the company has a business opportunity, again company has to go back to the shareholders and say, sir, give us the money in the form of right issue or follow-on offer. So the company doesn't want to do that. So what the company does is that it takes 20
Bonus.
crores, it keeps in the reserves, balance 40 crores, it will put it into share capital, and in return it will create 4 crores additional shares, and these 4 crores shares, mute yourself friends, yeah, and this additional 4 crore shares will be given to the shareholders. And for this, will the company take any money? No, they don't take any money. This is called as bonus issue. So I get a notification saying that your company has decided to issue 4:1 bonus. That means for every one share which is lying in your demat account, you are entitled to get 4 shares. Sorry, I have tried it other way around. I wrote it in a wrong way. I'm sorry. I'll just do a small correction. So the company will say that for every for every one share in your account, you are entitled to get 4 shares. What's that? So I get a notification like this saying that bonus issue. Yeah, it's 4:1. 4:1. That means for every one share in my account, I'm eligible to get 4 shares. So I don't have to pay any money. Now in my demat account, if I have 100 shares of this particular company, now it will become 500 shares because I got 400 extra shares in my account. But remember, the share price in the market will go down. Any guesses why the share price in the market will go down? I had 100 shares which I had purchased. This for 400, 500. So now it will become, the new balance will become 500. Balance will be 500. So this 400 extra shares are basically the bonus issue. Now I have a question for you. If the share price of this company was 8 rupees in the market, 8 rupees in the market, how much was it? 80 crore divided by 10 crore shares. So yeah, the market price of the share was 8 rupees. Company had issued 2 crore shares, 20 crore, reserves 80 crore they had. So 80 divided by, sorry, the company had issued how many shares? The company had issued earlier 2 crore shares. Yeah, so the market price would be 2 crore divided by 80. So the market price of the share was around 40 rupees earlier. Now after bonus issue, what will be the share price, my dear friends? See, how did I get 40 rupees share price? Company ka net worth kitna hai? Company ka net worth is 80 crore. And how much is the total number of shares which the company had issued? The company had issued 2 crore shares. Number of shares issued by the company. Here I should have written number of shares. They had issued was 2 crore. So 80 crore divided by 2 crore, market price was 40. Now what will be the new market price of the company? Ideally, what should be the market price? Will it still be 40 rupees per share? No, it will not be 40 rupees per share because the net worth of the company is still 80 crore. So because your this is how much, what did I tell you? The net worth is nothing but reserves plus the reserves for 20 crore plus the share capital which they had collected 40 crore and the 40 crore 20 crore and the 40 crore which they transferred. So if I add all this number, it will come to 80 crore. So 80 crore divided by the number of shares issued by the company is now 6 crores, because company created extra 4 crore shares for which it did not get any payment. It moved the money from the reserve to surplus. So the share price in the market will become 80 divided by 6. That will be 13 rupees 33 paisa. So post X date, the share price will come to 13 rupees 33 paisa. So this is what happens with the bonus issue. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me now. No questions? Okay. Then comes the next part of it, that is called stock split. Stock split means let us go back to the same example. Now, what is the face value of the company? Here it is 10 rupees. Okay, the face value of the company is 10 rupees. And what is the share price? The share price is 13 rupees. Okay, 13 rupees. Now, some people will not be able to buy the share. They'll say, sir, we just have 6 rupees in our account and we want to buy one share. But the value of your share is 13 rupees 33 paisa. So we can't afford to buy it. So some small investors will tell, look, we just have 6 rupees in our account. We want to buy one share, but we cannot buy because the market price is too high for us. That is 13 rupees 33 paisa. So what the company will do, company will go and change the face value. It will tell the new face value, old face value is rupees 10. From tomorrow or from the record date, the new face value will be 5 rupees or 2 rupees. So what the company did, the company went and changed the face value from 10 to 2. That time the shareholders will ask the company management that, look, we paid you 10 rupee, you gave us one share. Like we had already paid 10 rupees to you, so you gave us one share. Now you are telling the new face value is 2 rupees. So what happens to our balance 8 rupees? So the company will tell that, don't worry, we will give you extra 4 shares. You don't have to pay anything. So in the stock split, they reduce the face value from 10 to 2 or whatever the number they want to do, and the number of shares issued will increase in the company's book. So if the company had issued, as of now, company has issued how many shares? 2 crores they had issued plus 4 crores bonus share. So the company had issued here 60 crore shares. Sorry, 6 crore shares. The company had issued 6 crore shares. Now the company will issue extra 24 crore shares, and this shares will be given to the shareholders. They don't have to pay anything provided they have the shares in their record. Like on the record date, they have the shares. So I, as an investor in this company, if I have 100 shares on the record date, after the record date, when I go and check my demat account, it will now become 500 shares. Now, if I go and try to sell it in the market, I'll not get 13 rupees here. Here, if I was trying to sell, I would have got 13 rupees 33 paisa. But now, since the value of the share has gone down from 13.33 was the value when the share it was equivalent to one share. Now the same share has become 5 share. So the new value of this company in the market will be 2 rupees 66 paisa. So I have to sell it at 2.66. So whenever a company does the stock split, the share price comes down, the share quantity increases. Why company does it? Because over a period of time, the profit, accumulated, what do you call, assets, the goodwill and all will increase the share price higher than the face value. At that time, small investors cannot buy the share. So because of that, the company will do something called as stock split. The one of the company which you can expect to do stock split is MRF, because they had issued shares in 92 or 1980 at a face value of 10 rupees. They had issued at a face value of 10 rupees. And after that, the company made the profit, which is equivalent to 28,000 28,000 rupees ka company is sitting with the cash. The book value is nothing but the actual cash which is lying with the company. So company ka book value had 28,000. So obviously 28,300 ka the share value has reached. Plus people are expecting the company to make more profit, because in 1 year this company is making a profit of 2,600. So in next 10 years the company will make another 26,000. So 28,000 is the cash which the company is sitting with, plus 26,000 which they will make in the coming year. So people are asking 58,000 rupees as a share price in the market. Now everyone cannot buy this share. So what the company will have to do is they have to change the book value from 10 rupee to 1 rupee. So people who are having one share in their account will end up getting 10 shares. So the value of the share in the market will come down to 5,800. So stock split price will come down. Don't worry if you are getting confused with all this concept. I have an activity prepared for you. I'll share it with you. Where did it that go file? Okay, I'll share that file with you where we will do some couple. I think it's there in my PPT. I'm sorry. Yeah, we'll do this activity, which you have to identify what will be the impact on the shares which are held and what will be the impact on the share price. This activity share, I will share it with you. Take 3-4 days, watch the recording once again and try applying it and send me the answer, and Nandita will coordinate with you for the correct answers. Clear with it? Okay. So because I'm sure, because most of you will get confused. Okay, what is stock split? What is bonus issue? What is right issue? Recall, right issue, when company wants extra money, they will be issuing additional shares to the existing shareholders, and it is voluntary in nature. Bonus issue, it's a mandatory in nature. Company will straight away create more number of shares and give it to you. They don't take any money from you. Stock split, they change the face value of the company. Then comes spin-off. Spin-off is this particular company which we are talking here, we will call it as AA Limited, has two businesses. One, they do what do you call, software development. And another they have is real estate. Same promoters are running two businesses under the real estate. Okay, so the same company is running two businesses, software development and real estate. Now for them to improve to make the company perform better, they decide that we will split the company into two different entity. One will be called as AA Limited, which will manage the software, and another company will call that as AA Real Estate Limited. So if they do this, they will issue me extra shares of AA Real Estate Limited. I don't have to pay any money for it. It will directly come to my demat account after the record date. So what is a stock split? A spin-off. What is a spin-off? Like in spin-off, there will be two companies. In spin-off, there will be two companies. Okay, there will be two businesses in under one company, and that will be created into separate entities. Like Reliance, they have petroleum, they have Geo, and then they have retail. So tomorrow they may break the company into 3 divisions and they may give you 3 shares: Reliance Petroleum Limited, Reliance Jio Limited, Reliance Retail Limited. So this will then become a spin-off. Each of that will have a separate face value, and they do this valuation before spinning it off. Okay, so then comes reverse stock split, like US and all. If the value of the share goes down below $10, they call it as penny stock and mutual funds don't buy it. So for example, Citibank's share price had gone down to $2 and mutual funds could not buy it because it was a penny stock and they had clearly written they will not deal with penny stocks. So what Citibank did, Citibank went and made a statement saying that for uh, every 10 shares will be clubbed into 1 share. So you have 10 shares of Citibank in your demat account. Now that will become 1 share. Why they do that? That is, like, if you have 10, let's say you have 10 quantity, you have 10 notes of 10 rupees and you go and convert it into 100 rupee note. Obviously the number of notes in your pocket will reduce, but the value remains the same. So here what Citi did, they took 10 shares of Citi and made it into one single share. So how they do it, they increase the face value of the company. So they say if the current face value is 10 rupees, we will make it into 100. So how do I basically get 1 share? I have to surrender my 10 shares in the market. In return, I will get 1 share. So this is the face value, which is currently 10. And if the new face value is 100, then the 10 shares will become 1 share. The current, I mean, I wrote it in a wrong, I'll write it properly. You have 1 share with the face value of rupees 10. Now what the company will do, they will tell new face value will be 100. Now the problem for me is I have 10 shares, but for every 1 share I have paid only 10. I have paid 10 rupees. So what I do, I have to pay balance 90, correct? So what I do is that instead I'll tell the company, or the company considers this as 10 shares will now become 1 share. As a result, your face value from 10 rupees shoots up to 100. So this is called as reverse stock split. Okay. Then merger. Merger is two companies get merged into one entity and you get the shares in return. For example, State Bank of Mysore was there in India. Now that got merged with State Bank of India, SBI. So company said that State Bank of Mysore ka share value is 620 and the State Bank of India ka share price is 200. So for every 1 share in your, so for every 1 SBI share in your account, you will get 3 shares of SBI. Plus that 20 rupees will be given back to you in cash that will get credited to your bank account. So your shares from your demat account, SBI will vanish and SBI will appear. SBM will vanish, SBI will appear. But for if you have 100 shares of SBM in your account, now you will have how much is it? 3. So you will have 300 shares of SBI. Like this, they merge the shares into your account. Clear? Any questions? No questions?
Understood, but bit confusing.
Yeah, that's the reason you have to do this activity. I'll do one thing. I'll directly put it in Google Drive right away and I'll give you the access because I keep forgetting. Okay. So you guys directly do it and send me the answers and I'll also share the recording with you. Where is this drive? Oh, I think Nandita has created one drive, right? Yeah, she has created one drive. I'll directly put it there. This will be new. Where is new? Can you Google Sheet create and share? I don't know where it will appear, but I'll straight away give you the access. So corporate action activity. Corporate action activity. So I think all of you will get it now directly. Check in the drive. I'm also sharing it in your chat. Yeah, did you all get it? Friends, are you there?
Yes, sir, we are.
Yeah. Okay, so this is how you have to do this corporate action. Next to this, you have to change the new quantity. See here, these are the stocks which are there in your account. What you have to do, you have to create a new portfolio statement telling that what will be the new face value and what would be the impact. All that you create it. You create a new sheet here below that, or in the next sheet you do it. You, for example, here ICICI Bank face value 10. Long position means what? What does the long position mean? Long means? Yeah, Sagar, go ahead. Go ahead, type the answer. Okay. Long means buy. Yeah. So you're currently holding the share. Long means you're holding the share. Short means you have taken a short position. Okay. So that means you have sold the shares. So I'll do one thing. Position type, I'll just consider. Okay. So short position you have, long you have. So you have 5,000 quantity of ICICI Bank in your account. Now the stock is split, stock split, face value reduced to 5. So now what will be the impact on your portfolio? Will it be same? Like you have to prepare the portfolio statement as on 31st October, 31st October 2015. So 31st October 2015 when you split, create a new statement here. So my question, this is the challenge that you have to complete. That is, the company has done a stock split. So will the quantity remain same? Will it increase or decrease? What is the current face value of the company? What is the face value of the company here? Ganapati, what is the face value of the company?
It's 10.
10 rupees.
10 rupees. Now what is the new face value?
10.
No, check
Okay,
answer.
sorry.
Stock value, face stock split.
Reduced. Okay, 5.
5. Now will the number of shares in your account remain the same or will it be more?
It will be more.
More. So basically you will have 10,000 shares in your account.
Okay.
And what will be the impact on the price? Price impact. Will it remain the same? Market price remain the same, or will it reduce? How is the share value determined? That is like this. Share capital plus reserves. Share capital and reserves. So this is how you get the what do you call the value of the share. Now, did company get any extra money? Did the company get any extra money when they did the stock split?
No.
So company did not get any extra money. So the company is still sitting with the same what do you call share capital. But what happens to the number of shares? Has it increased or reduced?
Increased.
Number of shares has increased. So if the number of shares has increased and the book value remains the same, the share price will decline. So here you can mention the share price has declined. The share price declined. Clear? Okay, so this activity you do it, and Nandita will help you out in verifying your answers. Okay, so that's what I want you to get involved. It's like instead of me just giving you gyan and going away, you should apply that. Okay, so this PPT also I'll upload it there, and you can what do you call that? Go through the video recording once again. Okay, so spin-off ho gaya, stock split ho gaya, merger ho gaya. Then what is the last corporate action that is left out? Buyback. Now buyback, what happens? The company is sitting with a lot of cash. So two things they can do. They can give it as a dividend. Okay, the company can give you as a dividend. Or some investors will tell, no, we don't want dividend. We want the money to remain in the company. Some investors will tell, no, we want dividend. So how do I satisfy both of them? So I'll tell, look, the current market price of the company is, let's say 300. We will buy the share from the market. We will buy the share we will take back the shares from you at 500. Like the current market price is at yes, Sagar, you have any questions? Okay, yes, typed in the correct answer, 10,000, correct. Okay, now coming back to the discussion here.
Actually, sir, I have a bad network from the morning. That's why I'm just chatting.
Yeah, no problem. Anyway, all of you go through this video recording once again. Okay.
Sure,
I'll try to upload it today itself. I think if I put it in YouTube, problem is we just have 15 GB storage there, and already it's flooded with videos there. So that's the reason we have to keep uploading somewhere else. Okay, so I'll put it in YouTube today itself, and I'll share the link with you. Now coming back to the discussion here, I was telling about buyback. Now what the market price is 300. Market price of the share is 300. The company will buy from you at 500. Now this will have a two implication. One, the money from the company will go. From the company's book, the funds will go. Yeah. So here the company, let's say, is sitting with 2,000 crore cash. Like Apple and all, they're sitting with huge cash, what we call reserves. Okay, so and then they have issued a share capital here, from which they have collected around 50. Let's say they have collected around 50 crores by issuing 5 crore shares. By issuing, they have raised 50 crore capital by issuing 5 crore shares. That is at a face value of 10. That issued. At a face value of 10. Now what the company will do, one option for them is simple technique they can do is they can take 100 crores from this and give it to the shareholders as dividend. They'll tell, okay, bye, take the money, enjoy the dividend. That means every shareholder will get around 20 rupees easily. Will get because 100 crore divided by 5 crores, everyone will get 20 rupees. Or the company can do another offer. They will tell, look, we will buy 1 crore shares from the market. 1 crore shares will be purchased back from the shareholders. At a price of 400, because current market price is how much? 300. So we will use this 100 crores to buy extra 1 crore shares back from the market. Out of 5 crore shares which we have issued, we are taking back 1 crore shares. And how do we induce the customer? We will tell them, look, the market price is 300, but we will pay you 400. So a lot of investors will be tempted to surrender the shares. So their shares will come back to the company, and the number of shares in the company issued from 5 crores, it will become 4 crores. And the value of the reserves in the company from 100 crores will now become 200 crores. So the investors who don't want to surrender the shares, they will remain as the shareholders of the company. Those who want to book profits, they will surrender the shares. But those who actually stay back with the company, they believe that in long run, this company ka profit can go to 1,000 crores. And that time, instead of 5 crore investors, only 4 crore investors will be there who will enjoy the profit. That means you're buying back some of the investors who don't believe in the company, and you're sticking on to the investors funds who believe in your company. So people who surrender the shares for Apple in buyback, actually, if you see, they are the biggest losers. They got higher rate than the market rate. But the company's profit was growing at such a higher rate that people who stayed on with the company, they made money. So buyback is also again a voluntary corporate action. So they send you a letters asking, do you want to surrender the shares? If you say yes, you can surrender it. So this is called as buyback. Like in Infi, I had an offer of buyback, which I surrendered. See, in case of Infosys, they told, look, Ayappa, you have 29 shares in your account. You can surrender 8 shares. At what rate I can surrender? 1,150. I had bought this share at 800. That was the market rate was around 800 when Narayan Murthy and Vishal Sikka and all had a fight regarding corporate governance. So the share price had come to 800. So I bought it. Now the company was so confident that this conflict is very short term. They told, this is the right time, let's offer a buyback. And they told 1,150, do you want to surrender? So I got 450 rupees per share. So I surrendered it. Rest of the shares, I just kept it in my Demat account. So this is what happens in buyback. In buyback, you surrender the shares back to the company.
Sir, do in buyback, I think so. The company will also get get to pay more dividends for the existing company. Is that also the strategy?
No, in the long run, yes, long run they will, but more of the time, usually buyback is offered when the dividend tax is very high. Like in India, the dividend tax is very high, so buyback works out to be more better.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how the buyback happens. Now that will also have a record date. Then what do you call record date is there, and you have one more thing, what I told, X date, come date, all that it will have. The logic is same. People, their name should be, the investor's name should be there in the record date. Then the last part of it, that is basically delisting. Delisting is like company will tell, the promoters will tell the market price of the share is 100. We will offer you 120. Those who want to surrender the shares can surrender. Now, if majority of 70-75% of the people surrender the shares, then the shares don't have to be traded in the stock market. It will become a privately held company. So for this they do something called reverse book building, where they ask the shareholders at what rate they want to surrender. If all the shareholders say that they are okay with surrendering at 120, 130, the company will pay that money, take back the shares. But if majority of the investors say we want 320, and then the company doesn't want to pay that money, then the delisting will be a failure. Okay, so just a minute, friends. I need a small break. Can we have a 5 minutes break here? Now, in case of a name change, the security identity name would be changed. For example, earlier we were calling it as Idea Telecom. Then it became Oda. What do you call? I think it's now called as something very VI or something they call it. So the name in the stock exchange and the books have to be changed. Yeah, I think they have to change the names there. Okay, like earlier it was called Info Edge Limited. Now it is called Naukri. So they keep changing their names in the stock exchange because of two reasons. Once, the shareholders can easily identify their product, and also they get a brand visibility. Like for example, there is a company by name DMart. That's their product name, but in stock exchange it is listed as Avenue Avenue Supermarts. So there, if the shareholders are finding it tough to identify, then they will start calling it as DMart. So like this, the company keeps changing the name. So in the back end, you have to keep changing the records. Okay, so clear with this concept? So what I want you to do, I want you to do this activity with all the concepts which I have discussed today. If you have any questions, I'll take it up. Otherwise, I'll stop the video, upload it, and then you can start doing the activity. Any questions, friends? Ganapati, Harshita?
No, sir. No, sir.
Nothing, na?
Yes.
Yeah, Harshita. Okay, Sagar, I think, has a question. No.
No, sir. I don't have any questions.
Okay. Because your hand is still raised. Okay, I'll lower the hand. Okay. Yeah, Harshita.
I don't have right now. After, yes,
Yeah, you watch the video and then
Yes.
do this. Make sure you do this activity. You'll have a lot of confusion for sure. Okay, or randomly we'll do one. For example, LML Motors merged with Tata Moters. Okay, for every 5 shares of LML Motors, for every 5 shares of LML Motors, okay, for every 5 LML Motors ka shares, 1 Tata Motors shares is issued, and then the ISIN number is this. So in your client ka portfolio account, he has LML Motors. So how would you update it? So how do we update it? So what I will do, first I'll go take the Tata Motors ka ISIN number, because LML will not be existing anymore in the system. Okay, then here this LML will not be there in the account. Okay, I'll just go as per the serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so in the 5th column, I'll do this change, because rest of it you have to fill it. Okay, so LML will come. Now basically LML will not be there in the records. Instead, you will have Tata Motors. So automatically client did not buy Tata Motors, but he got the Tata Motors ka share. Now how much shares did the client get? For every 5 LML, he got 1 Tata Motors. How many shares of LML Motors was there in the records? 250 shares was there. So what will be the total quantity of LML Motors Tata Motors of the client? For every 5 share, you get 1 share, right?
50 shares.
50 shares. 50 shares. Now what face value do we take? We have to take Tata Motors ka face value. So you have to you can go to Google and check what is the face value of Tata Motors. Because every time the company says the dividend is declared, that will be mentioned at what rate? It will be mentioned as per the face value. Face value of Tata Motors. I think it's 1 rupee, I believe, or 2 rupees. Yeah, face value of Tata Motors is 2 rupees. So I will mention here. Face value will be 2. That to what position you had? You had long position. Now, if you had a short position in LML, that means in futures you made a deal that you are going to give Tata Motors, sorry, LML. Now, instead of that, you have to give Tata Motors if you have a short position, but you are long. Now, okay, so this is what happens. Look at the record date when it is applicable. So this was applicable from 7th October. So this you don't need to mention. This is not required because already you are looking into the reference there, right? So you just have to update the corporate action. That's it. This is what they do in the back end. Most of the investment banking companies there will be a corporate action team. So they will be doing this task. That is, they will understand the thing, the concept, and then they will go and apply it. So tomorrow onwards, when you do the valuation of the portfolio, you will be pulling the share value of Tata Motors because LML ka value will become 0. Once the stock goes out of the system, the value will be treated as 0. So if you don't update in your records correctly, then the client will get the wrong NAV, net asset value. Now, what is net asset value? That is nothing but total assets of the fund, total assets divided by the number of units which they have issued. Okay, I'll not confuse you anyway. I'll make a video on mutual fund sometime if I get a time, and then we'll do it. Okay, so there's something called total assets divided by number of units issued. So that way the NAV value will change. Okay, friends. So I think if you don't have any question, we'll wind up here. Yeah.
Sir, I have one question regarding the resume updation. This is not?
You have a question regarding?
Not for this, does not belong to this recording or this class.
Okay, I'll just stop the recording.
Yeah.